Today we're going to take a look at the 5 best commercials ever made for the World Cup by the football brands. Nike, Adidas, PUMA, Umbro, New Balance, Under Armour, etc, etc. Now, the World Cup and cool commercials made for the World Cup, well, they're kind of really closely linked together. And there must be some people out there who remember the World Cup tournaments just as well on the commercials themselves as by who actually won the tournament or which boots or shirts came out that year. Now, there have been a whole lot of very good commercials to choose from, but I sat down with the team and we narrowed them down to these 5.
That's on!
Number 5 is the Nike Winner's Days video from 2014 that, amongst other things, featured the brand new Magista. It basically lives out every kid's boyhood dream where you go to the park to have a kickabout with your mates. And then there's this one mandatory bloke who says, okay, then I'm Ronaldo, only this time everyone is transformed into their heroes. So cue Hulk, not the player, the Hulk, the cartoon character from the movies in goal. There's David Luiz tackling himself, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then there's this one poor kid who's actually turned into the mailman because he mispronounces Iniesta's name. It's a whole lot of fun, it's a good video, and I would say it's a new classic. In 4th, the Americans strike again with their Right the Future campaign featuring this guy from 2010, in which all the biggest Nike stars at the time imagine what their future will look like if something great, or in Wayne Rooney's case, something really bad happens in a match. All the way from the iconic, the amazing, the splendid Che Cannavaro, Che Capitano song made for Cannavaro, obviously. There's Rooney, as mentioned, living in a camper van, sporting a big beard after messing up in a match, only then later to be knighted by the Queen and hugging her after making amends. There's Ronaldinho creating a viral internet sensation, a basketball celebration, and an exercise video just by doing his iconic stepovers. And then finally, Ronaldo having a statue erected of himself in Portugal, which seems to be a little bit of an exception because this statue actually looks like him. 3rd place, and we're starting to see a pattern here as Nike also takes this one home with their secret tournament video from 2002, in which all the biggest stars fight it out in a cage on a tanker, as you do. There is Roberto Carlos flinching, there's Henry tying his boots only to get the goal in the final, and Ronaldinho styling his hair in the chrome scorpion ball. And the whole thing, of course, is masterminded by Eric Cantona himself, who's rocking a cane. Because logic. And then, of course, the whole thing is topped off with Elvis's brilliant A Little Less Conversation as the soundtrack. And honestly, it's one of my most favorite commercials ever made. Second place, and the Germans want to play with what is, in my opinion, the best Adidas commercial I've probably ever seen in my life. It's from 2006 and it's called Jose Plus 10. Basically, Jose and his mate are chilling in the backyard playing a bit of football, and then they decide to pick and choose a team from all the best Adidas players at the time. Of course, adding in a few legends, Beckenbauer and Platini, because commercial logic. And it's a pretty cool little commercial. Jose has got Oliver Kahn in goal and his friend decides to slap Jermaine Defoe into the goal. Arjen Robben still has a full head of hair, so it's a pretty long time ago. And there's also the scene where Kaká misses a goal on Jermaine Defoe and is then subsequently substituted and is replaced by Damien Duff. None other than Damien Duff. And the whole thing, of course, ends when Jose is summoned back to the apartment by his mama, taking, of course, his €130 Team Guys match ball. Again, because logic. But before we move on to number 1, let's look at some of the other notable Football World Cup commercials from through the times. Now, first there is PUMA's Journey of Football from 2010, which tells a pretty beautiful and also rather emotional story and a tribute to African football. There's Adidas's Footballitis from 2002, where all the biggest stars are basically goofing around being affected by football in their brain. And there's also the signature Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal lean from Pierluigi Collina. And finally, there's Nike's The Last Game, the cartoon from 2014, in which CR7 and Zlatan and Neymar and the gang battle it out against clones with really stupid hair, of course, for world domination. They're all awesome, and they could very well have been on the list. There's no greater danger. But the very best World Cup commercial, in my opinion, is the Nike Airport commercial from 1998, where the Brazil national team's flight to France is delayed and they kill time by playing football through the airport, highlighting, of course, their technical skills. They are Brazilians, their love of the game and, desire to play all the time, and then also their ability to play anywhere, all to the tune, of course, to Mas Que Nada. We've got Cafu making goofy faces. We've got oversized training suits with the jackets wrapped around the waist in proper 1998 fashion. And then, of course, we've got Ronaldo R9 missing an open goal, hitting the post, and teenagers face palming. Listen, guys, it doesn't get much more iconic than this classic. So there you go, my friends, the 5 best, most iconic classic World Cup commercials ever made by the football brands. But which is the best World Cup commercial ever made, in your opinion? You should let us know and leave a link in the comment section right down below. Now, of course, also don't forget that the World Cup is just around the corner. And if you're not ready yet, you can go buy both your shirts and your boots by clicking the link right over there. Go get ready for the big occasion. Now also, don't forget to do yourself a favor, join the Unisport Live family, subscribe to our channel by clicking up here with the notifications on to see all our latest World Cup videos the moment they drop. And finally, go learn yourself some new World Cup skills by clicking the video right down here. With that, guys, I'm signing off. Cheerio.